Welcome to Clock That T
with Pastor D.
So guys, Ep.4. Who's excited? No, I am. So, based on what we talked about last Sunday and this Sunday, Clock That T with Pastor D is about to get real, guys. Really real. Especially today, since Pastor's main point of topic was Strife, the silent assassin. Ariana, you want to give your feedback a little bit how you felt about it?
Well, once again, she was in our lives. That's all I could say. Let's just say, Strife, it does follow us. I'm gonna admit it. Like, it could be in our household, it could be in our workplace, it could be in like your relationships, like not even like everything, like, and disclaimer, guys. People say I say a lot, so I'm trying to stop it, but
You said it again.
But anyway, though, it's kind of like it's time to leave Strive at the door and start having, that peace and maturity behind you. Like, open that door, come on in, type.
Sometimes for me, it's not even about like being quiet. Sometimes you have to be a little bit outspoken. And for me, when she said the part about Strife being familiar people, familiar places with familiar people, that really resonated with me, because it can be the people that you care about the most that will, turn their back on you. And you just have to notice the signs. Like, you can't be so naive and gullible and be like, oh, this person cares about me. Like, you have to have boundaries for yourself also, and kind of separate the friendship with boundaries, because if people aren't treating you well but yet you keep making excuses for them, it's gonna all end up on your shoulders, because it's gonna feel like, oh, it's your fault that this is not working out. So what I mainly understood was that Strife is the silent assassin. Like, it'll break you apart in pieces until you're down at your lowest moment. And Satan will use literally anybody and everybody to break you down. It can be your closest family member, your closest friend, your coworker, a church member. But the biggest thing is to remember that just because Strife is the silent assassin doesn't mean that Strife is going to, eliminate you. Like, you have to look Strife in the eyes and say, I'm still here and I'm still breathing, and while I'm still breathing, that means that God is still working on me and I have a purpose. So she went through a lot of points today, and we might not have a lot of time to go through every single point, but we just
want to break it down and sum it up in our versions.
And so Ariana, you want to break it down a little bit in your versions?
So, all I'm gonna say is I always bring up my work situation, because it's like that's where most of my life is at work. So let's just say I had a little scenario with one of my leadership. They pulled me in the office and said, did you tell somebody certain information and all? And I'm like, no. So I'm like, why would they, ask me? And it's like, I don't know nothing about any like higher information. So of course that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and it made me like, act out. And I'm just like, and I put my foot down. I said, I'm getting sick and tired being pulled in the office for y'all blaming me for stuff I didn't do or don't even know that I did, and y'all assume that I did. So I felt like Strive was kind of in that, because I didn't stay, peace or stay maturity. I should have just kept my mouth, I should have chose the right words, but the way, guys, I act out. And it's like, let's just say, like, it wasn't nice and pretty. So I got in trouble and I got to talk to. So I know from now on, I need to, again, leave Strive at the door. And again, choose peace and maturity of things I say and how I take things, instead of automatic first feeling, I'm acting out on it. Instead of just being like, okay, like, let's talk like mature adults. Instead of just being like, what you mean I didn't say that? Yada, 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 yada. Yeah, so choose peace and maturity instead of acting out on things or how you're feeling in that exact moment. Because it can always end up in a negative,
kind of have a negative outcome.
Yeah.
Kind of bouncing off what you were saying about speaking with peace. That goes along with reading Proverbs 31. As a woman of God as myself, I always revert back to Proverbs 31. And I don't remember exactly what verse it was, but it said that she speaks with wisdom and strength, and that's kind of been my biggest motivation. And dealing with like my own situations and things like that, what I learned is that people are gonna be people, but you just have to control what you're gonna do. And just understanding that everything is gonna be okay in the end, and just understanding that speaking with wisdom and strength is better than, like, you can be outspoken and you can say how you feel, but always talk to God first before you start, trying to get your point across to people. Because if God is telling you to say it, or if the Holy Spirit is leading you to say something, then you say it. But you have to pray about it first. And what I learned after overcoming a lot of things is that I'm gonna start praying before I do anything. Like before I get out of bed, before I go to work, before I do anything. If I feel stressed out and I'm feeling anxious about going back to work and things like that, I'm gonna just pray about it.
That reminds me of the Bible app. Y'all, when I say, like, when it be those moments I feel like I need a breakdown or crash out, we have this Bible app, and it's like, hit this when you're feeling like overwhelmed, stressed out.
You click the panic button, and it makes you not sponsored. This we're not sponsoring, but it's called the Bible chat app, and you can add the panic, or it has like a calm button on your home screen. So you just click it, and it goes to the app, and you can do like breathing exercises, and that you can also take the time to meditate and just pray. And it also gives you scriptures to read whenever you're feeling like, oh, the world is crashing down on me. So the biggest thing, before we wrap up our podcast, the biggest thing I learned from this whole sermon is that Strife is an assassin, but don't let it kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people are going to be out there trying to attack you, especially the devil. The devil's going to be out there to kill, steal, and destroy. But don't let that mentality hurt what you got going on in your life and what God has for you. Because you can feel intimidated and things like that, but don't let that intimidation be the reason why you're not walking in the path God has for you. Like, you can have fear, you can be intimidated, you can be scared, but don't let it pull you down to the point where fear, intimidation, and strife is holding you in shackles, and it's putting you in a cageless prison, because that's just not something you want to do. Like, talk to God first, guys, and reach out to Him. As I said before, like, don't be afraid to talk to God, because God is companion. He's all of the above. So talk to God as if you're talking to a friend or someone close to you. God is your support system when you need someone there the most. He's gonna be there for you regardless. And one thing I want to share to people is, you're not too much for God. You're not too much to handle for God, and you're not too weak for God, and you're not too broken for God, because God is close to the brokenhearted. So if you ever feel broken and you feel useless, God is going to change your mindset fast, but you have to reach out to God first. Ariana?
So, I will say this quick. Pastor said there is a cure where Strife is. The cure is speak and walk with wisdom. That's what really spoke up to me. Especially, y'all, I wrote this down too. That's how good it was. But, walk in wisdom. Because why? It equals to pride. And when I say pride is like the strongest thing in a person that you always hear, like the word walk with pride, speak with pride, look like pride. Pride is like the biggest thing in our lives that we need to like have and carry that with us. So, with that being said, I'm gonna carry this pride. I felt the whole week and carry on in the future now.
And this pride isn't the boastful type pride. It's the pride of walking with God.
Exactly.
And having His strength all together.
And also, one more thing. Pick and choose your battle.
Because not every battle is yours to fight.
Exactly. If it's not dealing with you, it's not yours. Don't worry about it.
Sometimes, and I'm going to go off on that one real quick. Sometimes when you feel like you need to fight for something, sometimes you just have to take a step back and let God handle it. Exactly. That's why I learned. Like, you got to take a step back. Like, God, I'm going to let you handle it, and I'm going to sit back and wait. And I be like, they're going to get what's theirs because you didn't mess with God's child, so it's on. So
look, you may not see it happen at that exact moment.
But God got something for you if you got something wrong. So always put whatever you got going on in God's hands, and don't let strife be the one to gun you down. Hit him with the sucker punch, fight back. Don't let that be your final ending. And you know what, and some of y'all know what I mean. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed Clock That Tea
with Pastor D.
Join us Sundays at 9 a.m. here at the Mount Western Branch. But I hope you guys enjoy Clock That Tea with Pastor D. And guys, stay connected with us. We love to see you guys. And wait until the next episode. We might be having a special guest, but you gotta come to find out. See you guys later.